just like people, animals get sick. So what if we had a tool that would kill all the bacteria, no matter what? What if we had a tool that was safe to use? And unlike antibiotics, or some of the other things that we're using to replace antibiotics, that once you put it in the wastewater, would fall apart, disappear, and be safe, instead of persisting in the soil or in the water. Well, that's what we're working on. So my assignment is digital dermatitis. It's a bacterial infection, affects cattle, but it can affect sheep, goats, any ruminant animal with hooves. And it creates a big sore right on the skin at the line of the hoof. And there's lots of different bacteria involved in these, the major one being a spiral snake-shaped bacteria in the family Treponema. These bacteria get in and they just make a huge mess of the place. So the US cattle population is in the billions, and that's combining beef and dairy. Over a third of these animals will experience lameness at some point in their production cycle. Over half of the lameness is caused by digital dermatitis. What we've been working on is some alternative chemicals for foot baths and some alternative chemicals for treatment. And that's where these biocides come in. I started with Billy Hart Cooper. His lab, they called me up one day, and they're out in California, and there's a lot of dairies in California. And so they knew that this was something that possibly could help in the dairy industry. I said, let's work together.
Right now, antibiotic use is being restricted in agriculture to prevent the risk of developing antibiotic resistance to clinical diseases. Because of that, there are a limited number of tools that are available to treat these hoof infections. Some of the existing tools are heavy metals like copper that will persist in the soil and water, and formaldehyde, which is a carcinogen and reproductive toxin. Both of them present hazards for the workers and for the environment. So we screened hundreds of different compounds, many natural compounds, some synthetic, and we identified the chemical attributes that are necessary to make a broad spectrum, highly effective antimicrobial that can kill bacteria, mold, and yeast, and be safe on the skin.
We've been developing a sheep model of digital dermatitis. We took our sheep and we tested it. Billy's team really knocked it out of the park. In 2 treatments, it completely cured severe digital dermatitis in our sheep. The average producer is going to want something where they can treat a lot more animals a lot faster without restraint. Ideally, a foot bath. We got some cattle. What we saw was a 60% reduction in lesion size. We're really excited that we think we have something that we can take forward and really help the producers.